This strategy is amazing as it is insanely profitable. Today, I will be showing you this amazing strategy that gives a lot of winning signals. This strategy made 169% return on investment within a short period of time. It was backtested 200 times. And it is very easy to understand. I recently discovered the strategy as it uses just 2 indicators, which makes it very easy and user-friendly for beginners. We hunt for pullbacks at the best possible point, so watch to the end to fully understand the strategy. I will backtest it 200 times with an initial account size of $1,000, with a 1:1.8 risk-reward ratio. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, as it really helps the channel. Okay guys, so for today's strategy, we will be looking at the Bitcoin United States dollar, and we are on the 5 minutes chart. For this strategy, we will be using 2 amazing indicators that identify trends in the market, as we would be scaling the market to identify the best possible trend there is, in order to better scalp the market for better profits. So for this strategy, let's go ahead and add the 2 indicators to the chart. So for the first indicator, we have the scalping pullback tool by Just Uncle L. This study project is a scalping pullback trading tool that incorporates the majority of the indicators needed to analyze and scalp trends for pullbacks and reversals on 1 minute, 5 minutes and 15 minutes chart. The setup utilizes Heiken Ashi candle chart, so we will be using this indicator to identify the overall general trend in the market. And for the second indicator, we have the STD filtered and pole Gaussian filter by Lux. This is a Gaussian filter with standard deviation filtering that works for orders higher than the usual 4 poles that was originally available in Euler's Gaussian filter formulas. Because of that, it is a sort of generalized Gaussian filter that can calculate arbitrary pole Gaussian filter, and which makes it a sort of a unique indicator. And for this, we will be using it as the major trade entry for this strategy. So let's go ahead and state the rules for a valid buy and sell signal. But before we do, let's quickly adjust the settings for this strategy to better understand the best method to utilize it in the financial market. I want you to double click on the scalping tool indicator on the style section. I want you to untick this first 4 box. Then for the trend BG color, I want you to increase the opacity for colors 0, 1 and 2 to 25. Then untick the rest of these boxes, and when you are done, I want you to click on the OK button to apply the setting to the chart. Now this indicator is the reason why we have these background color on the chart, as the green shows we are in a bullish trending market, and we will only be taking bullish trades. The red shows we are in a bearish trending market, as we would be taking only sell trades, while the golden color shows market neutrality, as it is best to avoid trades when the background is colored in orange. And for the STD filtered indicator, go ahead and double click on it to bring up its indicator panel. On the style, I want you to untick just the long and short. Then click on the OK button to apply the setting to the chart. This indicator gives its own color to our candlestick, and it also has its own moving average that tells us the general trend in the market. So when we see a green candlestick, then know there are more buyers in the market, whereas when you see a red candlestick, there are more sellers in the market. Likewise, the moving average we see on the chart, as the green moving shows we are in a bullish trend, whereas the red moving average shows we are in a bearish trend. And this indicator will be confirming our trade entries from our main indicator. Now please note that this strategy is easy and user-friendly for beginners, as you would not find it difficult to identify trades, because they are easy to follow on screen when looking for entry opportunities. So let's go over our conditions for a buy and sell signal. For a valid buy signal, we would want to see a green background on the chart as our first confirmation. When we see this, we would want to see the moving average change from red to green, while the background is still in green, and this is our second confirmation. Then we would also want to see a green candlestick, before we go ahead to place a buy stop order at the peak of the trigger candlestick. So here we see we met our conditions, as we see the background is colored in green as our first confirmation. We then waited till we got the moving average change from red to green, as we also got our green candlestick here. We then go ahead to place a buy stop order at the peak of this trigger candlestick. Our stop loss is at the recent swing low, while our take profit level is at 1.8 times the risk, and we see it was a successful trade. And we could see we also got another entry here, as the moving average changed to red, and we also got a red candlestick here, and we can see the next candlestick got our conditions met, as we have a green background still on the chart. Then our moving average changed from red to green, likewise the candlestick. We would then go ahead to place another buy order at the peak of this candlestick, as our stop loss and take profit levels remains the same, and we could see it was successful. Please note that we do not take trades when the background changes from golden to green for a buy signal, as we would want to see a bearish setup in a green background before we would wait for our entry setup to be confirmed. Now exactly the opposite is true for a sell trade. For a valid sell trade, we would want to see a red background on the chart as our first confirmation. When we see this, we would want to see the moving average change from green to red, while the background is still in red, and this is our second confirmation. Then we would also want to see a red candlestick before we go ahead to place a sell stop order at the bottom of the trigger candlestick. So here we see we met our conditions, as we see the background is colored in red as our first confirmation. We then waited till we got the moving average change from green to red, as we also got our red candlestick here. We then go ahead to place a sell stop order at the bottom of this trigger candlestick. Our stop loss is at the recent swing high, while our take profit level is at 1.8 times the risk, and we see it was a successful trade. And if we move a bit further, we could see we also got another entry here, as the moving average changed to green, and we also got a green candlestick here, and we can see we got our conditions met at this point, as we have a red background still on the chart. Then our moving average changed from green to red, likewise the candlestick. We would then go ahead to place another sell order at the bottom of this candlestick, as our stop loss and take profit levels remains the same, and we could see it was successful. Please also note that we do not take trades when the background changes from golden to red for a sell signal, as we would want to see a bullish setup in a red background before we would wait for our entry setup to be confirmed. Okay traders, let's quickly backtest our strategy with an account size of $1,000, and we would be covering 200 trades, as we risk 1% of our account size. Let's get into it. So we just finished the backtesting for this strategy, and we can see that the results are amazing. We had a win rate of 65% in 200 backtested trades, having won 130 trades and lost 70, which made us 164% return on investment. And I found those wonderful trade setups within 9 weeks, although commissions and spread fees would eat up some of the profit in real trading, because it was not included in the backtest. So you definitely want to expect that number to be lower when trading life. The profit factor for this strategy is looking good, I guess. And we had 7 wins in a row against 4 losses in a row. So yeah, I'm definitely happy with these results. Okay traders. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.